Hey everybody, it's Carol Tice from the Make a Living Writing blog and Freelance Writers Den. And I wanted to say a quick hi, and I wanted to give you a setup of what you're going to see in this video. I've never really made anything like this public before, but this is one of my Den2X Income Accelerator masterminds. So if you've always wondered, like, what's a mastermind? What really goes on in those? This is your chance to find out. And as you can see here, and you'll see on the tape, it is a total come as you are party. Don't have to put on makeup or anything to do this kind of coaching, not with me anyway. And what you'll see is title cards for each of the writers, so you can check them out, look at their websites. They're real people, they're real freelance writers. And it's a chance to see what it is like to get a little on-the-fly coaching with problems that you have, and to just hear about what within this mastermind program has made people successful and how they've used it and what results it has brought to their lives. And be sure to hang in all the way to the end because the last person on this one is so awesome. All right, enjoy.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. So the second quarter, what's going to be going on?
A lot. A lot of changes that happened last quarter, so it was a little bit
Right,
overwhelming.
right. You're in that scene I was in when my husband started having seizures and I suddenly
Yes.
needed to make all the money. Yeah.
Yeah. So my focus right now is to do one day at a time, not get overwhelmed, because I'm finding that I'm trying to go about 3,000 directions at once and not getting anything done.
Yeah.
Um, so that's my
No.
biggest thing right
We
now. I need
want
to
what we want
streamline.
is focused marketing plan with
Yeah.
like 2 to 3 types of clients, 2 to 3 types of marketing strategies. That is all.
Yeah.
Not the time to learn how to do Instagram stories or whether
No.
Thumbtack will work out or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is kind of what I'm focusing on right now is just to get centered again. I still
Mm-hmm.
have a stable amount, like I'm still getting $4,000 a month, so that's stable, but it needs to double.
Yeah. I've done
Yeah,
that.
that
I've
is.
booked 8 grand a month. It can happen. Have you, do you have existing clients you could get raises from or upsell?
I did all that in January because I lost my major retaining client in January.
Okay.
So I basically filled in that gap, and
Mhm.
now I've got to increase it again. So
Okay. So what we really need is a couple of like great, nice, medium-sized companies that need a big new project that they would like write you a
yes,
50% upfront check on right now. I'd be
yes,
working my LinkedIn referral network and telling them that I am looking for like, major website revamps or whatever,
okay,
like name some
okay,
big projects and the type of niches you want.
okay.
And yeah, I have an unexpected hole in my schedule and I am looking for the following types of clients. I would be
To work in
cutting and
that.
pasting and mass mailing my whole
Okay.
LinkedIn network,
Yep.
getting that rolling because that often takes, a little time to pay off. That's like
Hmm.
my first
Hmm.
step, and then you let that go roll along, as people pick up their, get on LinkedIn and, and check their profiles because everyone doesn't do it that often.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good start. Okay, yeah, because I did the Adventure Food Hubs last month, so I kind of reached out to all of them last month. So I'm getting stuff back, but not as fast as I want it to get back. So I just need to get something in today.
Yeah, inbound, it's always like never quite as much as we want. Um,
Exactly.
but what else? What city are you in?
I am in Canada, so just north of Toronto.
So is there some maybe in-person networking you could hit in
So I'm
Toronto?
going to a Teen Coffee Expo on the weekend. It's for a magazine, but I'm
Awesome.
going to kind of do some marketing there. I'm also going to our local Aurelia Businesswomen thing next Wednesday. So I've got a couple of meetings in place to kind of connect and bring out my
Yeah.
network.
The other thing you can do is the fire sale.
Okay.
This is what Prerna Malik does when she needs money.
Yes.
She goes, "Oh, I'm going to sell 10 $5,000 copy packages and give you like 9 grand worth of copy in each one of them," and she just sells them out. Um,
Right.
yeah, like do put a package together that you think
Okay.
you maybe have people maybe in your LinkedIn network or something. Hey, Karen, I unmuted you.
Carol, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I just want to say I don't know if I know Anne Marie, but I was in Den2X a while ago, and take Carol's advice. She knows what she's talking about, guys. In the first quarter this year, I earned half of what I earned all last year.
Isn't it such an awesome thing when that happens?
And honestly, I'm working hard. I'm working my hours. I did a little bit of weekend work, honestly, but I'm not working all night, all weekend, which I have done before. So it's not about just more hours. It is about that project mindset. For me, it was a complete mindset shift. I don't put up with any crap, any dysfunction. And I think when you start putting that vibe out, the market responds and the time wasters don't even bother you.
I think that's what part of what the I'm booked until June thing does. It says, I'm not screwing around here.
Well, I think people have unrealistic expectations. It is a long game. I mean, I spent a year implementing things and they're all little, it's like you give us a screwdriver and you got to tighten a lot of little screws. I had to fix my website. I had to fix my LinkedIn. I had to up my payment terms. I had to make a better contract. I had to invoice on time. I had to tell people I wasn't doing more work until they paid me little things. But it did work. It laid this massive foundation. And it does pay out. I can't say I did anything that differently with marketing. I have better luck with incoming, because I really worked on my website. I really worked on my LinkedIn. And I think it's just the type of clients I have. But it goes to what you were saying about gathering data. I tried a lot of different things and paid attention. Where are my good clients coming from? They're not coming from my LOIs I send an email. They just aren't. It doesn't work for my market. But I'm in a high-tech market, and these people are busy. They like to find people themselves. So I need high-ranking.
So inbound.
Exactly. I need to get going on posting on LinkedIn. I need to set up a blog, and I haven't done that yet, but that's in my plan. But you will find out once you start going who's worth contacting and who isn't. And I still do some outbound, but I'm really picky about it. And I paid for LinkedIn Premium because it saves me a ton of time.
Yeah, being able to use their filter on searches of titles to me is sort of the moneymaker in using premium.
I suspect it ranks me higher when people are looking also because curiously, when I start paying premium, I start getting more contacts from LinkedIn. People, I've had bona fide jobs from there, $1,000 contracts, Oh,
yeah.
So it does work. You just have to take the long view and that positive mindset. I did a lot of stuff about getting in a relaxed space, getting out of panic. I had to borrow money from my boyfriend last year. There were times my cash flow was so bad. We're a partnership and it's okay, but I felt like crap. And what a turnaround. I just paid for a massive renovation to our living room,
Nice.
with cash.
I love it. I love it.
So
I loved what you had to say about it with many tiny screwdriver tweaks.
Yeah.
I think that, that's probably true for a lot of people. And of course, the mindset part.
For me, that was huge because if you're in a panic, you're not in panic mode. I agree to anything. I'm working for peanuts. Do you like me? Do you like me? Is this okay? It was ridiculous. So getting out, for me, that was my big stumbling block. You have a whole thing on mindset and just the way you talk is you're confident. I still feel guilty if I finish something faster than I thought and I feel like I overestimate. I'm like, ooh, should I charge them less? I'm like, what the hell am I thinking? Why would I don't know where that comes from.
I'm like, when that happens to me, I'm like, business optimization achieved.
I'd like to make another 20 grand. That'd be nice.
Oh, so you also had a 20K first quarter.
Well, I'm in Canada, so that's Canadian funds, but still. Yep.
Yeah, because Emily is, in South America now. She moved, but she also had a 20K month, I know, or quarter, I should say.
I've never done that before, and it just kind of happened. People kept calling me, and they were bona fide, like this huge U.S. mining company that had a little division that was an hour away from where I live, and it just happened. I could drive over there, talk to the guy. That was like $5,000 of work that honestly, who else are they going to get to do it? I just happened to be in the right place at the right time with the right abilities. So I think I swear that was mindset and putting the right vibe out there in the universe. I know that's touchy-feely woo-woo stuff, but I'm telling you, that's all I did was change how I feel.
Well, I don't think it's woo-woo. I think it really makes a difference. It makes a difference in just sort of the language you use. It ends up permeating the things you do, and it makes a difference. But the other big thing I wanted to say about second quarter, which I'm kind of glad you brought this up, is the thing about having completed the first quarter is now you can multiply the first quarter by 4 and see what you're going to earn this year, unless you change
my
things.
head around that possibility, like that would be
80K a year, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's now totally doable. You've now seen that you can do a 20K quarter, and now all we have to do is repeat. So I think that's always the breakthrough, is the first time you bill $8,000 in a month, or 10, or what, a bigger number, 5, is a big, it's like, you're like, oh my God, look at all this income. And then it's just about, looking at how did I create that, and how am I going to just keep that replicating in my business, and make sure that there isn't the thing where, like, I'm working so hard I collapse, or I don't have enough ongoing work, and then I end up with divots where there isn't the income, while I'm in between things. And that's really key to keeping the income high, is that there aren't, down. I had one mentee once who said to me, oh, I was so busy, like last week, I had to take a month off to recover.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm like, that is not going to work. We need to do this sustainably. Craig, feel free to type and tell us about, like, what's going on, because I haven't seen you in ages, what your first quarter was like, what your goals are for your second quarter. Feel free to just type it also. Anyway, yeah, so did that freak people out when I said, multiply what you just did by 4 and see what you're going to make this year? That's something I always used to do in my business. And, when you see what that first quarter was, and then you think, well, if nothing changes, that's what I'm going to earn all year, times 4, it's often very motivating to go, okay, I need to make this be more. What's my game plan for doing that? You look at what you think about wanting to earn this year, and if the first quarter wasn't a quarter of that money, then we have a lot of work to do to build it up. Ooh, Craig had his best ever first quarter and did about 13 grand. Wahoo! That goes pretty far where you're living. That is awesome. So cool, Craig. So what made this epic first quarter happen?
Yeah, basically it's been the blockchain space. So you were aware that I made a start in that space last year.
Right.
And I think my click for Cointelegraph, I think one of the biggest names, websites in the crypto space. Everybody was just like, oh, you're doing this. So they want me to write their white papers and their blog posts for their ICOs and all of that. So it's been, and it's a very hot industry right now. So we'll just keep coming in from there.
That is just awesome. I'm hearing so much good paying work in the whole blockchain, cryptocurrency, and kind of bleeding over into what I think of as a related niche, legal cannabis. So what is your second quarter goals?
Yeah, so my second quarter goal is if I can hit 20K. I'm trying to hit 20K. And I think that is doable. Most of my clients, I didn't do much marketing in the first quarter. All I did was put it on my LinkedIn profile that I do blockchain content. If you need to explain this concept, so it's right there in my headline in my LinkedIn header. So if you see it right away that's what I'm doing right now. And
awesome.
And I keep getting, so a lot of my leads have been from LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've not done marketing this year like that.
Cool.
So
now everybody in this group knows who to refer these outreaches they get about blockchain. I get a bunch, and I didn't remember that. So thank you for showing up and refreshing my memory about who I can send those to.
This month, so I played around with the LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is a very great tool. It's been the greatest for me so far. Like
Yeah.
it's worked like magic. So I played around with the premium for a month and see, yeah, it worked well, but I've not gotten around to make it a permanent thing. So in the second quarter, in the next week, I plan to become a paid member on LinkedIn and be able to send LOIs. So I attempted to do something last year, towards the end of last year.
Hmm.
I was sending, so I was to every of my new contacts, because most of the new contacts I make these days are from the blockchain space. They play in the blockchain space. So I sent them email like, hey, this is what I'm up to. An email on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
obviously. That is what I'm up to. This is why I believe in blockchain, and this is using my background in stock reporting and all of that. So, and it
Right.
made a lot of sense to them, and the response rate was interesting. Many of them wanted me to write for their magazines, they're building. Obviously, I had to be very picky. So, so it has
Yeah.
been, yeah, I think so. I've not just had time because the work just kept coming. Maybe from the marketing work I did last year, so the work just kept coming throughout the first quarter.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think you guys should form an affinity group. That's the 20K quarter. That's everyone
Uh-huh.
who that is their goal, and like all sort of drive it with each other and kick each other's butts about it, because it's a pretty aggressive goal. So what are you going to do with the extra money? Are you
Yeah. So I said I moved out of the town I was. I moved to
uh-huh,
Lagos. I'm in Nigeria, not
uh-huh,
Kenya.
right,
Yeah. So
my
yeah,
mistake.
yeah. So now I can afford to live in a better apartment, and
Oh,
power
I'm so
power is no
happy.
longer.
I'm gonna like start crying. That's like so awesome.
Yeah. And so like I because I remember there was a time we had a coaching session where the power went off during the call. So if we were to do that again, that wouldn't happen again, because I kind of guaranteed about 20 to 22 hours of power daily.
This has been like a super exciting Dentsu. This has been like my favorite doing Dentsu grads after hours and like ever with these 20K quarter goals and people buying new apartments, and it's really epic.